Good morning. Let me know if you can't hear me. Just going to type a few things in the chat here. How are we on this lovely Monday morning? So I'm just going to do a little post up here. And as always, if you want to put your own music on in the background, a little bit of ambience to help you feel into your yoga practice this morning, feel free. All right. So let's get started in a second. So today, I thought we might even start just lying down. It's a public holiday. We're probably all a little bit tired. All right, let's do it. Let's get into our practice for the day. So lying on your back, on your mat, on the floor. And we're just going to start with a little bit of mindfulness as we usually do, just to really get into that space of being present with your body and your breath. So coming on down, and we'll take a moment here to notice the points of contact with the ground and just allow yourself to sink a little deeper. Start to breathe into your body. And we're just going to try and stay present throughout your practice today, even though there's probably a million to-do lists and things that you've got to attend to today. This is your time. It's your time just for you. So we'll treasure it, we'll nurture it, and just become really present with body and breath. So as you start to tune into the breath here, you may even start to flow left to right with the knees. Keep the feet where they are for our windscreen wipers, as we call them. So just gently rocking the knees left to right. I'm just going to have a quick check on my screen to make sure you guys can hear me. That's it, just allow the knees left to right, starting to warm up the hips. Beautiful, left, right, rocks with the knees. And you may even find you'll linger a little longer on one side if you feel like that hip or that leg needs it. And then inhale, go the other side. Lingering. So just flowing with your breath here. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we're just going to do a little stretch. So let the arms come up. Maybe wriggle the body a little bit here. Arch the back, round the spine. Maybe stretch out the legs. Just give yourself a little bit of a wake-up call. Good morning to your body. And we'll start with a reclined pigeon here since we're already here. That is ankle to knee. And this is option 1, just let the knee hang out to the side here. Option 2, pulling the legs towards you can hold onto the knee or the thigh. And just allow maybe even a little rock to help loosen up the hips here. And continue breathing. And release. When you're ready, change sides. Option 1, let the knee just hang out here. Option 2, reach through to the thigh or the knee and pull the legs towards you. Toes are flexed. And a little left-right rock if you like. Always good to start a hip opener to start the day since we've just been lying for hours in our beds, in our slumber. Beautiful. Release the legs. We'll do a bridge pose here, so palms facing down beside the hips here. And we're just going to inhale to lift the hips all the way up. Maybe hold for a moment. You can tuck the shoulders under a touch if you like. Do one big conscious breath here. And then exhale, roll the spine down. Hug the knees to chest. We'll do that 2 more times. Feet to earth. Inhale to lift. Holding here. On your next exhale, just roll the spine so you can feel each part of the spine hit the earth and hug the knees to the chest. Little rock. Let's do that third time. Inhale to lift. Except this time we might hold here. So holding in your bridge pose. Keep breathing. If you'd like to lift one leg up into the air, try and keep the spine fairly straight. And then change sides. Beautiful. Feet back to earth. Take a breath and roll the spine down. Hug the knees to chest. And if you have a blanket or cushion nearby, or a block, even better, we're going to do the same pose but with supported bridge. So I've got a block or a blanket, just something to place under the hips here. So just inhaling to lift the hips. Just checking we're okay. Inhale to lift the hips and place block, blanket, cushion, whatever you like, just under the sort of sacrum there. And then just allow yourself to rest. Creates a slightly different sensation in the lower back. And then from here, we're going to bring one knee towards the chest, holding the knee, and the other leg will just go straight on the ground. If that's too much, you can keep the knee bent. So allow the leg to go straight and hold this knee. So you'll feel a beautiful stretch along the hip flexor and the thigh here. Wonderful. Take longer if you need it. Changing sides. Opposite knee to the chest. Hold that and extend the long leg. Noticing how tension leaves the body on the exhale. Beautiful. Let's change sides and do that again, simply because it feels so nice. Wonderful. And just a little variation here. As you release that knee, just do a couple of circles here, as if you're drawing circles in the air. And the other direction as well. And release. Change sides, other knee to chest. Couple of breaths here. And then some little circles. And go the other direction, just little ones. Beautiful. Release both feet to the ground. Lift the hips, remove your block, your cushion, your blanket. And then if we can all lift our heels all the way up off the ground and then roll the spine down slowly once more and give those knees a beautiful big hug. Beautiful. Rocking side to side if you like. Maybe some rotations with the knees here too. Just drawing big circles and then change direction. Beautiful. And let's suspend the legs just up in the air for a moment. This is nice to do if you have a wall as well, legs up wall. Or you can just sort of let them hang slightly weightless. We'll do some ankle rotations while we're here. And then whichever direction they were going in, try and go the other way. Beautiful. There's something nice about having our legs suspended higher than our heart. And then release. Beautiful. So we're just going to do a little rock and roll. So sort of do a little swing and come all the way up. And we're just going to come all the way over to cat-cow for our usual cat-cow with our breath as you know it. So fingers nice and wide, wrists under the shoulders, knees about hip-width apart. Inhale to arch and look up. Exhale to round the spine and the shoulder blades, really expanding the back of the body. Inhale to arch. So keep going at your pace with your breath, really warming up the spine and the body. A couple more here. Beautiful. And we're going to go straight into a nice core exercise here. So it looks simple, but it does get a little bit hard on the dummy muscles. So we're just going to lift the knees as if you're hovering a few centimeters off the ground. So just hovering, make sure you feel as if your core is switched on. And then exhale, you can take a little break. Maybe do another cat-cow in between. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So just hovering the knees. Hold and breathe. Stay calm. And then exhale, place the knees down. A couple more rotations here. Third and final one, hovering the knees off the ground, activating all those beautiful core muscles. And then release. Beautiful. Sit on back into a child's pose now. So untuck the toes. The knees can be wide. Unless your knees are hurting today, and you might want to keep the knees together. Slide the arms all the way out. Just let your forehead hit the earth. If it doesn't quite meet, you want to put a block there or a cushion. You want to ensure that the neck can relax here and the head is nice and relaxed as well. Literally grounding all your energy back into Mother Earth. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, our thread the needle, as you know, is where we come back up to our tabletop. We're just going to do a little open twist first. So let's expand the chest, say good morning, and then exhale, back of the palm goes all the way across till the side of the forehead meets the earth. This top arm can either go overhead or it might even go on your back here. Beautiful. And it's like you can almost feel your arm is sort of sliding back towards you, that bottom arm, for that beautiful stretch in the scapula and the shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, change sides. So we'll do an open twist the other way first. Good morning. And then back of the palm slides all the way across the earth. Forehead down, side of the forehead to the earth. This arm on the lower back, or maybe even overhead, your choice. And then you can almost feel as if this arm is pulling back towards you a little bit to create a bit more depth. Beautiful. Inhale to come up. And from here, I'm just going to go back to our cat-cow, to our standard, just making sure you guys are okay. Back to our standard tabletop. And you have the choice here to do either a knee to nose, so knee to nose round the spine as an exercise, that's option 1. Or if you'd like to try going up like we did before, like a hover, and then pulling the knee through, so it's a pull through, and then back to knees down. So I'll do that the other side. Option 1 is knee to nose. Option 2, lifting up, hovering like we did before, and then rotate and pull the foot through towards you. So we'll do that a few times either side, your option, your choice. Back to center. Take a break if you need. Knee to nose or pull through. It's a bit different, isn't it? And then let's do a child's pose once. Come on back, head down, slide the arms out. And this time from our child's pose, we're going to do some side bends. So walking the hands all the way over to one side, really expanding the side of the rib cage there. Beautiful. And then walk the hands all the way to the other side. Beautiful. Coming back up. And from here, we're just going to do some eagle arms just to really work those shoulders this morning. So one elbow is going to go over the top here. Now you don't have to interlace your hands if you don't want to. You can actually just even do that as a shoulder stretch. One elbow over the top. If you can interlace your fingers, that's great. It's not a competition. And then just lift the elbows up a little bit here. So breathing into your back body. And release, and we'll go the other elbow over the top. So option 1 is to just do this. Option 2, if you can, interlace the hands and then lift the elbows. Breathe into those shoulders. Beautiful work. And then lifting the arms out beside you, reach for length here. And we're just going to do a couple of circles. And then rotate the other direction. You can even go bigger as you warm up and go the other way. Excellent work. And then from here, of course, if your knees are getting sore, you can stand up and do this or sit. We're just going to reach up, reach for that wrist, pull for length first and do a little side bend. So you're pulling for length in the side body first before you bend. And then exhale, change sides. Reach and bend. Excellent. Release. Take a breath and we'll just do a little spinal twist here. Use the knees for support. Exhale, other way. Let's do that again. Looking over the shoulder and release and go the other way. Nice. And then let's all come to stand from here. Coming up to stand on your mat. See if you can see my head okay. Adjust it a little bit. And we'll do a couple of breaths with our arm movements because that always feels nice. Inhale to lift. And exhale down. And again. Exhale. Once more. And this time we'll hinge at the hips and come all the way down into a forward fold and hang out here for a bit. You can see all my dog's hair on my mat. They've obviously been on here when I didn't know. Let everything hang loose, neck hang nice and soft. Make sure the facial muscle and the jaws are relaxed. You may even choose to walk side to side here. Back to center. Generously bend the knees here and roll the spine little bit by little bit all the way up. Take a breath when you arrive at the top and we'll do that again. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Maybe even bending the knees a little bit so that the tummy can rest on the thighs. Really loosening up all the back of the legs and the lower back here. You may even choose to interlace the arms, crossing the arms so that creates a slightly deeper sensation. Interlace the other way. And then this time as we come up, we're not going to roll the spine, we're going to sit straight back into our chair pose. So bring the arms behind you, and then you can either lift the arms all the way up or just have them on your hips. Make sure you can see your toes here in your chair. And you want to just slightly round that tailbone. So it's like you're tucking the core and rounding the tailbone down. Beautiful. And then inhale, hands to heart center and stand up. We'll do that again. Inhale to arms, lifting up. Hinge at the hips, forward fold. We'll do a little half lift, flat back look up here. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold. And then sweep the arms behind you. Sit back into chair. Keep breathing here. Check you can see your toes. Tuck the tailbone down. And exhale, come all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Slow the breath and the heart rate down a little bit here. And then we'll go for our third chair with a bit of a twist. Inhaling to lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep the arms behind you. Sit back into chair. So option to do a little twist here. You can stay in the center if you prefer. Arm to knee. Keep the knees without twisting or going off center too much. And then the other way. Check the knees haven't come too far out of their alignment. Back to center. Back up to stand. Beautiful. Catch your breath. And let's just stand here in our mountain pose for a minute. It's an incredibly grounding and mindful pose to do. So just noticing the soles of the feet. All the way up the legs, slightly soft knees. You can have your hands out receptively. And just imagine that you're getting a little bit taller here, like someone's pulling a little string up through the top of your head. So you can really feel expansive and spacious in your mountain pose. Breathe here. And let's all bring our hands to our heart center. And just think of something that you're grateful for. Something that you want to give thanks to for today, just for today. And then turn that gratitude towards yourself as well, and think of something that you're grateful for within yourself. For your beautiful body, your mind, your character, whatever you want. Just expressing a little bit of gratitude here. Beautiful. So then we're taking one big long step back on the mat here. I'm going to face this way so you can see me. But we're having one big step here. You can have a slightly wider stance if you need to feel that nice and stable. All the weight is in our front thigh. And the back foot can either have a super big angle on it, or you can have the heel off the ground. Hips are facing forwards. Inhale to lift the arms all the way up. Maybe even a little arch here. And exhale, bring the hands all the way down. So the weight is still in our front thigh. You should be able to see your toes. Inhale. And exhale. Third one. Except this time we're just going to bring the hands back halfway and then inhale to open up the chest here. Little arch of the spine. Exhale to round the spine. Look down. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Once more. And exhale. How good does that feel along the back and the back body? Inhale to lift. And exhale. Hands come all the way down. See if the back foot can come to the front foot. And we'll go the other way. So find your stance. You can make it wider if you need to. Got a big angle on the back foot, or maybe even your heel off the ground. Just whatever feels right for you. Weights in the thigh, you can see the toes. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Little arch of the spine maybe. Exhale down. third time. Inhale. And then this time on the exhale, just bring the hands halfway. And then we're going to inhale to open up the chest here. Little arch. Exhale to round the spine, round the shoulder blades, look down. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale. And exhale, round. Beautiful. Bring the hands down. Back foot to front foot. Give it a little shake. Really appreciating your body today. I feel quite puffed today. I think I've been burning the candle this weekend. All right, so from here we're going to try a little balance. You know tree pose. Most people know tree pose. You're in the comfort of your own home, so just trying to clear your mind. And you can just do tree with one foot to the side of the ankle, knee open to the side. This is tree. This is tree too, or you can do tree with the foot all the way up to the thigh. Find your preference. Of course, it's not a competition. We compete with ourselves only, really. Breathing here. And the joy about being in your own home is you can use a wall, you can use a chair, you can play around with it and have fun. Other side. You can wobble and no one cares. Beautiful. So stay as long as you need. I'm just going to go right back to the beginning and try it out on the leg I started with, because sometimes I find a balance gets easier once we've warmed up the second time round. You may even choose to do a mudra with this one. So forefinger and thumbs together, lift the arms to the air, or maybe even hands to heart center, your choice. Good job. Change sides. Mudra if you choose, forefinger, thumb, arms up. Or maybe even hands to heart center, whatever preference makes you feel like a goddess. Release. Beautiful work. Just checking the time for us here. Good job. And then from here, we're just going to do a couple more lifting up with our arms and breathing here. But this time we're just going to twist on the way down. So bring the arms beside you. Inhale to lift. And go the other way. Hands down. So just a few more, really rotating the top of the spine here. Just feels so nice to sort of stretch in this way and move in this way in the mornings. Beautiful. Back to center. And then spread the legs nice and wide. We're going to do a goddess pose here. So you can choose how you want your arms. I'm going to bring mine into cactus. Let's do the mudra again. So forefinger and thumb together. And then we're going to squat down in our goddess here as far as you feel comfortable. Keep the spine nice and upright. The chest is up and open. And then inhale, come up, hands to heart center for a moment. We'll do two more. Exhale. Draw. Inhale, hands to heart center. Third and final one, we'll make it a good one. Amazing. Option to do a little elbow to knee here. And the other side, it starts to work the thighs quite significantly. Or you can just hold your goddess in the middle. And then back we go. Big breath, feeling good. So from here, triangle pose. We're going to have the back foot perpendicular to the back of the mat and the front foot is facing forwards. Bring the arms out and we're looking over the fingertips at the front. Beautiful. And then just imagine someone is pulling us off center a little bit, and then we open the twist. Use the leg to open the chest up here. You can look at the ceiling, or you can look straight ahead. You may even find you can go a little further down as your hips and legs get used to it. Big breath in your triangle. Beautiful. Inhale, come all the way up and simply change the position of the leg. So the other foot will go perpendicular to the back. Front foot straight. Open up the arms, and we're looking out this way now over our front fingertips. And then allow your center of gravity to get pulled off a little bit, and then rotate to do an open twist. Use the leg to open up the chest. So you're in one big wheel shape. Looking straight ahead, or follow the eye gaze to your fingertips up at the ceiling. Best pose in yoga, triangle pose, Trikonasana, I reckon. Controversial that may be. And then while our legs are nice and wide, we're preparing for a big wide leg forward fold here. You are welcome to use blocks or supports. If you feel you may get dizzy, please come up and down as you choose. So exhaling, let the chest come down. Use the floor as support. You can even use your own legs, or of course, blocks, walls. And then you'll find if you do a little push of the ground away from you, you will increase the sort of stability and the depth in the hips and the pose. Beautiful big breaths into your wide leg forward fold here. And then inhale, come all the way up. Notice how that feels. Isn't it amazing? Heel toe the feet together. I'm going to come all the way down to the mat now. Getting ready for the last 10 minutes or so. So come down to the mat. We're going to do just a couple of seated poses from here. So we'll start with one leg out at a 45-degree angle, the other foot into the thigh. Take a minute here, lift for length in the chest. And we'll do a side bend to start. So arm down the leg, top arm overhead, palm facing down. Beautiful. Opening up the rib cage and the hips. Bring the arm up. We'll do a little twist. So grab onto that knee, twist and look over the back shoulder. Beautiful. And then this way we're going to twist all the way back. Face the leg so your sternum is facing your knee. And then allow the chest to come towards the knee. Holding onto your foot, your shin, whatever feels right. Beautiful. Inhale and walk the hands all the way up. That knee can just lift up here and place the foot next to your knee. Do a little twist, so use your knee as a bit of an anchor point to look over the back shoulder once more. Keep those toes nice and flexed. And then release. And then we'll go the other side. So that bent leg will come out to a 45-degree angle, foot into the thigh. Side bend first, so arm slides down the leg, top arm overhead, palm facing down. How good it is, our side stretch. Exhale, come all the way up. Use that knee to do a little twist and look over the shoulder. And then bring the torso all the way back to face the knee. You might have to adjust your sit bones a little bit. Sternum facing the knee and allow yourself to walk the hands out, chest to knee. Beautiful. Walk the hands up. That knee's going to come all the way in, foot beside the knee here for a minute. Use the knee. You can even put your elbow over the top if you like. Hug the knee to the chest and complete twist here. Looking over the shoulder. Beautiful work. And since we've already warmed up our inner thighs with our big wide leg forward fold, we're going to do the same sensation. Keep the toes nice and active so the feet are flexed, and exhale, bring the chest to the ground. You can use whatever you like here. It's nice if you can relax the neck and head onto something. Make a pillow with your hands. If you have a cushion, whatever feels right for you. Excellent. Coming all the way up. And we're going to allow ourselves to come all the way back to the mat now, almost back to where we started at the beginning. See if you can just roll down a little bit here and then release everything. Take a moment here. How good does that feel? A couple of core exercises before we really wind down. So we're just going to make sure you can really feel the spine imprinted in the earth here. So you can feel that it's making contact, so it's a little bit curved, so it's not arched. And then lift both legs up into the air here. Keep the feet nice and flexed, about a 45-degree angle in the legs, and the arms are out in a big T shape. So this is a core activation right here. You can feel the core working already. If you want to do a little side to side with the legs to do some transverse abdominal work, you can do that too, or just hold. Take breaks as you need. So just allowing the knees side to side, trying to reset at the middle and make sure the spine is imprinted in the ground as you come back to center. So continue to breathe here as you move. Beautiful. And then when you feel like your tummy muscles have had enough of that, we're just going to allow the knees to come all the way to the ground for our twist. I'm going to adjust my camera so you can see. Allow yourself to go to ground in the twist. And you can keep the arms out in a big T shape here. So to complete the twist, you might want to lift the back of the head and look out towards the arms on the other side. Top leg can even straighten here. Looking at the arm, and we're going to hang out here for about 3 or 4 breaths. Really releasing any tension in the spine. Spinal twists just are incredible for our health, well-being in our bodies. And just a little added extra, if you wish to, you can reach to that bottom foot and pull the foot towards the buttocks for a quad stretch there as well. So it's a twist and a quad stretch. Not for everyone, not everyone's knees and hips will allow that, so just find what feels good for you. And then when you're ready, changing sides, so back to that where we began, and then allow the knees to come all the way back to earth. Beautiful twist here, looking out at the outstretched arm on the other side. I can't straighten my leg there, but straightening that top leg if you like. And enjoy that feeling. There we go, I did straighten it. An option here to reach through to that foot on the bottom leg, creating a quad stretch as well if you like by pulling the foot into that buttocks. Only an option. Excellent. Take longer if you need it. Spinal twists some days just feel like a godsend. So coming back to the mat, just notice the points of contact with the earth. And let's do a couple of little scans of the body just to see if there's any tension anywhere that may still need releasing. You might just want to do a stretch or some windshield wipers like we did at the beginning. And let's all do a happy baby before we settle into our Shavasana. So that is knees in towards the rib cage, grabbing the outside edge of the foot if you can, or your ankles if you can't reach the outside edge. And just allow the hips to open here and the pelvis. You can even rock side to side if you like. Everyone loves a happy baby. Beautiful. Feet together, knees out wide for our bound angle pose or butterfly legs. Just allow that sensation. Let the arms hang out, take up space here. Big nourishing breaths. And then fully lay out in your Shavasana here, and I'm going to lead you through a little meditation to really relax every last bit of your body and mind. Let the feet just hang out here. You can have your arms sort of taking up space, palms up receptively if you like, shoulders tucked under. And use anything you need. If you need to support your lower back or your neck, make sure you are as comfortable as possible in our Shavasana. And then just imagine that a beautiful light of your choosing, any color that comes to mind, is coming down from the heavens all the way into your third eye. So right here, right at the forehead. And just imagine this beautiful healing light trickling down like rain, melting away any last bits of tension or stress throughout your whole head, releasing anything that's left in the jaw, any tension in your shoulders, all the way down through your arms into your fingers, releasing, healing as the light moves throughout your whole torso, relaxing any last bits of tension in the hips and the pelvis. This beautiful light shining all the way through the legs, all the way down to the toes, and then feeling as if your whole body is completely illuminated with this beautiful healing light, completely melting away any last bits of tension or stress or anything that does not serve you, sending it back into the earth, releasing and relaxing. Just allow yourself to completely surrender to the present moment here. And if your mind wanders, simply return to your breath or your body to come back into the present. And I invite you to continue your meditative practice just for a few moments, but remembering the gratitude you had for yourself at the start. Just thanking yourself for nurturing your body and mind in this way, being truly grateful for our blessings. And just allow yourself to naturally come back to the present, to the room, to your body. And you can complete your practice lying down today. You can take a little longer if you need. But I would just like to say thank you so much for joining me for a bit of mindful movement on a Monday morning. Namaste.